Hi friends, welcome back to episode 2 of Quest for Immortality. I am Totter Eagleland, and today we are in the Nether. So, to start off with, let's build ourselves a little passageway. And the purpose of this passageway is to mine some ores. I think some ores that would be around here are perhaps Cincinnite, which is a nether ore, as you may know. It's a modded nether ore from Better Nether. Another ore could be netherite, the one we want, but that might take a little bit longer to find. So, I make it through over here, and then, hey look, there's some Cincinnite right over there. So, we go and mine that. And then we turn around and just look for what we can find. There's a bunch of bone spikes, because this is a bone biome. And there's some quartz over there, useful for redstone and the like. So, let's just go through here. Mining quartz. Also drops a fair bit of XP, which is kinda useful, because you can enchant, which is core part of the gameplay loop. And, well, enchanting as an anvil. The enchanting table isn't as useful as it probably should be. So, let's pass the bone spikes, figure out where you're going, look at that big old fossil up there, and let's perhaps make a bridge. Or not. Mind those things, why don't you? Yeah, make a bridge, and then soil, mess up, fix it. Gotta make a bridge. A little bit laggy, but a little bit of lag never hurt anyone. I mean, until it did, but that's not right now, is it? So, going through here, made a little turn, trying to get to a new island area. This seems to be more soul sand, less bone. Well, more netherrack if anything. I see some more Cincinnite. Why not collect it? That's pretty reasonable, if you ask me. I see some nether lapis. It's not as useful as it probably is, as it probably looks, but because it doesn't give a full lapis, but only 7's good. I missed the gold once again. And that concludes my mining trip in the nether. That can't be a good sound. It's a crimson moon, which happen every couple of days, and it's very laggy. A lot of mobs summon. This is very dangerous. And I cannot sleep, even though I couldn't before. There's nothing I can do. Very dangerous. There are spiders and zombies and skeletons and the like. Witches. Werewolves. Very perilous. I'm fighting this spider, and so unfortunately, as I was fighting that spider on the blood moon, my game crashed. It said something about loading something that could not exist. It was very unfortunate, because when I came back online, the blood moon was gone. Some of the bombs were still there, which I had to kill, as you saw me kill that witch, but very annoying. So, I'm just kind of wandering around, being confused after that horribleness. I'm going back to my makeshift cave base, which hopefully will be permanent. I'm just sorting my inventory a little bit. Forging some ores that I got. Well, not forging, smelting, really, but did a little quick inventory sort. I look out and I get a thirst for adventure. See what we gotta do. I'm on fire, so that surely can't help with that thirst for adventure. I have a potion of instant health. Very useless. I believe I got it from the witch. Useless to me because instant health doesn't really do much for me, at least. Because I'm looking around for the Cincinnati. I don't know what happened there, but I search up, trying to find out how to make it. And you just make it from a block, which is odd, so I get a little bit confused at this part. I don't know the difference between forged and normal Cincinnati blocks, but well, I didn't at the time. It's actually the way you make it, but well, which is pretty obvious. But so I make the Cincinnati blocks and do some other stuff off camera a little bit. Just decided to cut it. Didn't have much content in it anyways, so I'm on fire. That's one of the main drawbacks of this cave base. So I'm showing out the layout, showing that I think I'm gonna expand this base a little bit, make it look a bit nicer. I build a little archway, make it look nice. Well, it doesn't really look nice right now because of all of the cobblestone, but you never know. It'll look nice eventually. Hopefully. So I'm just sorting my inventory, trying to figure out what's going on, and as it's turning nighttime, I get another thirst for adventure. I'm looking in directions, maybe I'll go that way, maybe I'll go that way, perhaps that way, or maybe even this way. So I take a little bit of a jog, and I'll play that right now. So, I make it towards this little village over here somewhere. Yes. Make it over the hill, and just looking around. And I make it towards the village with Noah in it for some reason. And here's another house. It's raining outside, so it's quite dangerous. There's Grace. There's a dimensional door over there. It might come in handy later. I keep dying, which is unfortunate, seeing as the rain kills, so by the time I made it over this farm, I decide I want a composter, specifically to like get rid of any waste products that are plants that I cannot eat. I can turn into bone meal, which I guess could be useful for other plants, which I also cannot eat, but why not? I figure I want it. So I grab that chicken just to heal up a little bit. And I try and figure out a way to get over there without dying, because that's kind of the whole point of that series, to eventually not ever die again. So I built a little bit of a cobblestone shelter, if you may call it that. I don't know if I'd call it a shelter, but that's the closest approximation. Build up a little thing that I can place blocks on, and I go right under it. I'm about to start mining. Let's just mine through here. Place some more blocks. Get closer. And I get hit by the rain, hear a little bit of a spider noise, and then I die. Well. So that was a bit of an ordeal that lasted an annoying amount of time, but I eventually got all my stuff back in the end, with only a couple minor mishaps, and I did get that composter after Lorena almost freaks out for a little bit, but that's her problem. So, I mine this cobble and I get the composter. Goal success. That makes not much sense, but still. So I'm mining over here. Let's go through here, sort out my inventory. And apparently I die in the rain, which is not good because is. All my stuff is there, including my diamond pickaxe, which is kind of important if you didn't gather. So I ought to go get that, which is what I attempt to do. And eventually I get close enough, and I see that dimensional door. There's a creeper right behind me. So I run in just for safety. I'm a little bit paranoid, so I just run blindly. Pretty laggy, but that's the one time it matters, because I did not see the void. So now, I have fell into limbo. In the darkest depths, I've made it. As the world unfurls around me, I know what to do. I must go to the bottom of limbo and survive against the eyes that must pry into my life and seek to do me harm and bathe in the eternal fluid of reality, which for some reason is red. I feel like that has some sort of blood symbolism or something, but I'm just happy to get out of here. So, I make it through. I finally get my stuff back, which is nice to say the least. So, then a creeper blows up, and I for sure thought I would die there, but luckily for me, I didn't. So, yeah. And I do the kind thing of nothing at all. Just kidding. I get my stuff, which, I mean, isn't that much, but still, I tried. Even though I didn't. I did not fix that creeper hole, which was kind of rude of me, but it's not my village. So I stare at an Enderman. Perfect line of reasoning. I attempt to hide in that little hole up there, but it doesn't really work. So I just sit here for an unreasonable amount of time, just waiting for that Enderman to come back. Unfortunately, the iron golem gets me instead. Welp, time for another one. For the second of these dying ordeals that has happened throughout this episode, I've become a little bit tired of dying. I apologize. So I'm gonna try and not do that. I feel like I should have started with that, but you win some, you lose some. So I'm just gonna kill that guy or avoid him. I mean, either one's fine, but I'd really rather not have an iron golem trying to kill me. So he does my dirty work and kills that rude skeleton. And I just hit him and hope I don't die. I mean, I feel like that's what you should be doing anyway. So I kill him. And I throw away that useless stone pressure plate that did me harm. And I bet I pick it up again. I get some leather, which will be useful in the future, hopefully, if I don't throw it away. I have no use for poppies, but I do have a use for 5 iron ingots. And I guess those nuggets too, but... So I'm just walking around, just looking and seeing what I can find. I'm trying to do a little bit of inventory management. I don't need grass. You can always get grass. I mean, not that difficult. So I remember that I spied some floating things in the air earlier. And I think I remember them being around over here. So I look around for a little bit. Just looking to see what I can see. And eventually I spot them. So I decide to just tower up. And I go up to the top, the tippity top, and I start mining away. And I get quite a bit of both iron ore and sky gems. I believe it's gems. And the iron ore is really iron nuggets, which isn't the best, but still quite a bit. So, you take what you can get. However, I do get a bunch of air crystals, or air gems, which are for Archon, the magic mod that has the little mana bar in the corner. Well, not the bar, the numbers and sparkles. I'll call them that. This sparkle bar. So, I almost burned to death, and then I realize, how am I gonna get down? Well, there's only one way. Bye. And now I ought to get back. And then my dog almost dies, which happens quite a lot. It's rather unfortunate, but... And now I'm burning again. Quite a common occurrence, but that's a-okay. As long as I don't die from it. Yeah. And then there's a gang of creepers trying to get me, but I carefully get out the way. Even though it's not that careful. I just get out the way. So, I walk up here, burning the whole way through. Walking up this tunnel in the mountain. And as I get up to the top, I look around these trees again, trying to get back to where my corpse is. Even though it's really closer to a pile of items, but still. A corpse, items, it's about the same thing. As I'm getting harassed by a bunch of mobs, which severely slows down my progress. And hopefully kill all these skeletons. I just kind of sit there for a minute, trying to gather my thoughts, and then I head back. Still on fire. Still eating spider eyes. As all... So I just sit there, and then I decide I probably better get my stuff before it all despawns. So I do what I can. I go up this maze of a tree, go back to my tower. It isn't really a tower, it's just a nerd pole, but still. I collect all my stuff, and I walk around doing my thing. All well and good. So, I heal up a little bit, and I kind of wait a long time, but just kind of sitting there, thinking about what I should be doing, which probably should be playing, not just sitting there, but let bygones be bygones. I go kill an Enderman, or at least try. He never shows back up. That's an unfortunately common occurrence with Enderman. Then I spot this little guy. Well, he's not that little, he's much bigger than me. He's called a Gekatoa, and if I had a proper saddle, I could ride him. Unfortunately, he dies. Well, not dead, but like, I sat on him, and then he started taking damage, which is mighty unfortunate, but that's the price I have to pay for world domination. But I also have to live in these little tunnels, which I think might be a future goal. Build a network of tunnels across the lands. And as I'm healing up, I'm collecting my thoughts once again after meeting the Gekatoa. And I just keep going through. And I make a a mad dash to the woods and hope I don't burn to death, because that would go against the whole point, as you've probably gathered. So, I'm now in the woods. Lost, even though my base is right there. I was never lost. I start and try and sort my inventory, which is typically a good thing. But I'm not that good at it, so I don't know if it really counts, but a man can dream. I put away everything that can go in there as of now, and I get out my trusty old composter, put it where it belongs, right above the furnace. All of that healthy, good biomass can burn, I guess, even though its main purpose is to become bone meal. So, I smelt some pretty good cobblestone. And I'm just looking through my chest, trying to find out what I have and where things belong. So, I find my sky gems, as that is what they're called. I look around, I get my logs, and I start replacing this dirty old cobblestone with actual logs, as it was supposed to be. And then I try and mine that with my hand, even though that's not the brightest of ideas. So I'm mining and replacing that old cobblestone. Then I realize I'm missing some wood, so I go out inside. I might ought to plant them. However, eating is very important, because if I don't, I will die. That is just how this works. I plant some trees. Gotta help the ecosystem every little bit you can, don't you? So, for the second time, I'm on fire while opening this chest. Happens quite a lot. I go and check my good smelted cobblestone straight into stone. I make a stone cutter, which is, as it says on the tin, a stone cutter. You put stone in and it cuts, along with a smithing table, which you can use to smith, which is another crafting table type thing, where you can make things, such as netherite armor. It's very good armor, of course, but I decide I want to make the order staff from Overlord, which is important when you want to make a little bit of an army, which, I mean, that's one of the goals, isn't it? So, first you need a casket, which is made from wood, and beds. And right now I didn't have much wood on me, so that's unfortunate. But I did have 3 wool, so, I mean, can't hurt that bad. But another important thing is a gravestone, or a tombstone in this case, I believe. So, I make 4 andesite tombstones. And I have my orders wand. I'm pretty close to getting there. Just need an oak casket. Let's pick out some bones just in case. Get some bone meal. And time to grow some plants. Not those, not the weeds, but the trees. The trees must grow. I get a fine tree. I proceed to mine it, again with my fist. Which isn't the smartest of ideas, but, I mean, it's what I did, so... Punching trees, that is what you must do to start off. Even though this is the second episode, I'm not sure I'd call this starting off, but it definitely in the earlier eras, the earlier seasons, earlier episodes of this series. I apologize for repeating about the same thing over and over again, but had to get it right. It was at this point I could actually finish my little design. Almost perfectly. If I wasted any more resources, it would not have been well. So I've created my little archway. I look at it. I go around. And I make some more bone meal, hoping for more trees, because wood is pretty important, and especially when you can mine it relatively quickly. Because of the rain, the weather, the sky, my worst enemy. Except for darkness. Yes. I can feel the necromantic power. Yeah, but I am mining a tree, so it can't be that much necromantic power. So, pretty big tree, but I don't think it's big enough to stop me from mining it. But it is big enough to make me delay and go away some things. And get some things, too. Time to actually make a proper axe, which is a big step up, even though I could have done this at almost any time before. I just, for some reason, thought to do it then. So now I'm just mining some of those leaves that will probably stay there because of the big old tree right in front of it. Unfortunately, now... Oh, never mind. It's been replanted. I was about to say the sapling is gone forever. The tree has been lost, but now it's been replanted. So, everything can continue to thrive. I'm just going to place down some more saplings. Maybe help this forest be a bit more foresty. Give me a little bit more cover from the rain and sun. See, that was my real goal. Not to make the forest more healthy and natural, but to shield myself from the sunlight. Well, not completely true. I mean, nature's cool. But the sunlight is worse. Yes. And you can hear a zombie in the background. I'm just looking at my inventory, looking at a jar of dirt. And I'm about to make some good old oak wood for the casket. And here we go. Make some oak wood. Time to strip it just to make it look a little bit nicer. Which is a very nice technique. Let's just put away some things that aren't needed. Make some more oak planks. Get enough for a bed. Make a bed, then make a casket. And maybe we'll even get a little skeleton from it. But for now, it's just an empty casket, waiting for the potential of life. But not a carrot, though. Seeing as a carrot is not an actual food source for skeletons. That is milk. So, let me just add the finishing touches with those cincennite blocks. Let's just see what we can pull together here. Put that wretched redstone torch right there. Go back to the nether. Let's see what we can find. I hear a little bit of a pillager noise, and I see a creeper. Both bad signs. But luckily for me, I went the complete opposite direction. So I can go and mine and find whatever I need. This time I go, and I go, and I go, looking for what is needed. And I'm just going around here, searching for what I can find. Not seeing that much. I've already mined the quartz there. Looking. And let's go back down our Soul Sand Road. Step across the fossil, see if there's anything over there that we haven't been checking. Looking through some bones. And I finally found some more Cincinnite. Probably enough to finish that little gateway arch. So I expand it a little bit more, see what we can get. It's not that much more expanded, but maybe we're able to sing some more things. And I'm just kind of going through the nether, crouching, and here's my return. Unfortunately, as soon as I returned, a gang of creepers blew up multiple times. It was quite annoying. I had to fix all of it. But that's just how it works sometimes. You win some, you lose some. So I go back to my base. I fix my little pattern. I make a good old Cincinnite block. In fact, I make 2 Cincinnite blocks. I place it behind where the pattern belongs. I go smelt some ores. And by ores, I mean cobblestone, which is most definitely not an ore, but I decide I'm going to look at this from the outside, which is not very outside. So I go over here, and I see a little open cave area. I open it up some more with my diamond pickaxe. I'll steal a little bit of dirt, and it couldn't hurt. So, I mine 1 more block down, and place myself a casket. Well, it's not my casket, but it is mine. I'll leave that tombstone empty. Suggest some names in the comment section. I might think of any myself, but I'd really like to know what you guys think. So, let's place the dirt back. And that's good. So let's go back to where I belong. Back in the house. So, at our feather fern. So, let's see what we can get done. I'll wait till that little thing smelts down. Let's make a I think it looks at least a little bit nice. Not that nice, but I think it's passable. So, on that lovely note, goodbye.